Today we're talking about one of those topics that can turn a calm neighborhood meeting into a full-on showdown. NIMBYism. You've heard the phrase, "not in my backyard." And it usually shows up the moment someone proposes new housing, especially affordable housing.
Yeah, it's almost like a script. Someone stands up and says, "I support affordable housing, just not here." And then come the same three worries: safety, neighborhood character, and the big one, my property value is going to drop.
That last one is so powerful it ends the conversation for a lot of people. Because home values aren't just numbers. People treat them like their retirement plan, their nest egg, their proof that they did everything right.
Totally. But here's the thing. That fear is often built on a myth. In many cases, building affordable housing does not lower nearby property values. And sometimes it's associated with higher values and a more stable neighborhood.
Let's slow down on that because it's counterintuitive to a lot of listeners. If affordable housing doesn't automatically drag down home prices, why does everyone act like it will?
Because it's been repeated so many times that it feels like common sense. People picture worst-case scenarios. They imagine disorder. They imagine a flood of problems. And then the housing itself becomes a symbol, like, if this goes in, the neighborhood is changing in a way I can't control.
And that's where neighborhood character comes in. It's a phrase that sounds neutral, even charming. Like we're talking about porch swings and local coffee shops. But a lot of the time, character is code for the neighborhood stays the way I like it, for people like me.
Right. It's a way to frame exclusion as preservation. And what's tricky is that the concerns people voice, parking, traffic, school crowding, some of that can be real. But it gets bundled together with assumptions about who will live there and what they will bring.
Which leads us to the core of what NIMBYism really is. At its heart, it's not simply a disagreement about architecture or density. It's a moral line in the sand about who gets to belong.
I'd even push it further. NIMBYism often treats housing as a human right for people who already have it, and as a privilege for everyone else. Like, I deserve stability and a safe place to live, but you need to earn your way into this neighborhood.
And the already housed group often doesn't see that they're holding the door closed. Because from the inside, it feels like protecting what you've built. But from the outside, it feels like a wall.
Let's go back to the property value piece, because it's the most common justification. Even if studies show affordable housing often doesn't reduce nearby property values, people still worry. So what explains cases where neighborhoods actually improve?
A few reasons. First, new housing is often new construction. That can replace vacant lots or deteriorating properties. Second, many affordable housing developments come with professional property management, predictable maintenance, and standards that keep the building in good shape.
And third, stability. When people have stable housing, they're more likely to stay, build relationships, and invest in their community. That's not just good for the residents. It can be good for the whole neighborhood ecosystem.
So if affordable housing can improve stability, why is the reaction still so predictably negative?
Because NIMBYism isn't driven only by evidence. It's driven by fear, by status, and by scarcity. When housing is scarce, every neighborhood feels like a gated resource. People start thinking, if more people move in, I lose something.
And that scarcity doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of years of limiting what can be built, where it can be built, and who gets to object. So the shortage gets worse, and then the fear gets louder.
Which brings us to the real question. What does NIMBYism cost us?
It costs us housing supply, for one. It delays projects, shrinks them, or kills them entirely. It makes it harder to build apartments, supportive housing, and even modest starter homes.
It also costs money. Endless hearings, redesigns, legal challenges, years of uncertainty. Those costs don't vanish. They get baked into the final price of whatever does get built.
And it costs people time in the most brutal way. People spend extra months or years commuting far from work because they can't afford to live nearby. Families move away from their support networks. Young people postpone moving out. Older adults can't downsize. People fall into homelessness.
There's also a social cost. Segregation by income. If every neighborhood fights off new housing, especially affordable housing, then only the wealthiest areas get to stay exclusive, and everyone else gets pushed farther out.
Okay, so if NIMBYism is the no, what's the alternative? That's where YIMBY comes in. Yes, in my backyard. And it's often misunderstood.
Right. People caricature YIMBYs as wanting skyscrapers on every block or bulldozing historic neighborhoods. But YIMBY isn't about building anything everywhere. It's about accepting that housing is a shared public good.
Let's unpack that phrase, shared public good. Because we don't talk about housing that way very often. We talk about it like an investment, a commodity, a personal accomplishment. But if it's a public good, it means the whole community benefits when there's enough of it, and everyone suffers when there isn't.
Exactly. It's like schools, roads, clean water. You can own a house and still recognize that the overall system has to work. If only a small slice of people get stable housing, the rest of society doesn't just disappear. The consequences come back around. Higher rents, longer commutes, more displacement, more instability.
And for homeowners listening, this isn't about shaming you for wanting stability. It's about acknowledging a hard truth. The way we've protected stability for some has often required instability for others.
So what does a YIMBY mindset sound like in real life? It might sound like, yes, build housing near jobs and transit. Or, yes, add homes in high-opportunity neighborhoods. Or even, yes, I might deal with some construction and a little more foot traffic because people need places to live.
And it also sounds like asking better questions. Not how do we stop this, but how do we do this well? What design works? How do we handle parking smartly? How do we make sure the building fits and the street stays safe and welcoming?
Because the choice isn't between a perfect neighborhood and a ruined one. The choice is between adapting thoughtfully or letting scarcity keep hollowing out our communities.
Let's circle back to where we started. That predictable reaction to affordable housing proposals. Safety, character, property values. Some of those concerns are sincere. But the bigger pattern is this. We've normalized the idea that newcomers must justify their presence.
And the irony is, many of the people who need affordable housing are already part of the community. They're the baristas, the childcare workers, the nursing assistants, the retail staff, the people keeping cities running.
So maybe the real neighborhood character question is, what kind of place do we want to be? A place that locks itself in place, or a place that makes room for human life as it actually is?
And if we're still worried about property values, maybe the deeper question is, should someone else's ability to live near opportunity be held hostage by someone else's investment strategy?
That's the heart of it. Housing can't be only a ladder for those who already climbed it. It has to be a foundation, something people can stand on while they build a life.
So the next time you hear "not in my backyard," it might be worth asking, what are we really protecting here? And who are we excluding to do it?
That's all for today. If this episode got you thinking, share it with someone who's ever been to a tense zoning meeting, or someone who's never been, but probably should care. Because whether we say yes or no to housing doesn't just shape our skyline. It shapes who gets a chance to live here at all.